Hey, and we're back with some D.B.S.B.F. Where's where the sound going from? So we're going from here and here. No, that's not what I was trying to do. And we are rocking and we're rolling and we're kicking off the sesh. Yeah, right. Cool. Go. What? Huh? Where? So this is part 2 of the thing I started yesterday, really, because we're near to the conclusion. Not that I did everything in my power to conclude this. There are reasons for that. We'll get into it when we get closer to the ticket. I might actually, yeah, headphones. Have I actually got sound on the computer? I think that's going through. It looks like it's going through. We'll keep it as in mind as if it's going through, because that is what we're looking for. How do I do this again? History. Talking Starcraft and cringe, hiding on our home planet. The Dark Templar. Oh man, I used to put actual effort into my thing screens, didn't I? Sort of. Not really. Oh, no, not very good effort anyway. Stop it, dog. We're not interested. Thank you. Stop it. Alright, so back into here. Where was it? Hiding on our own home planet.
Good day.
Dominion science. Well, I did eventually get there. Was the cutscene one that we've... No. It's the Marines going to a Zerg station. That, I believe, is what it was.
It's connecting. Looks like aliens. Which this is definitely not taken a lot from. I don't know if you've watched Aliens recently, but it's aged.
It hasn't aged that well. Aliens, the sequel. So we got Marines breaking in. They're about to wind up the Zerglings. I remember they're just here to like blow up the station kind of thing.
I love them. Good, well done.
Which is something that everyone needs.
This must have taken them.
I can't remember why.
Maybe even years. Don't know how long Starcraft was in development at the time, but it's aged well, I'd argue. Not like Aliens.
Yeah. Starcraft, I would say, is aged a lot better than Aliens.
What's that? No. Because if it was a bomb, they wouldn't have put beers in it. Okay. That means it's a nuke.
Will not have it. Got my Zerg right here. Right in the old twins, you know?
No, that's me.
And the suffragettes.
In your face, literally. Through. What the hell was that? It's not the last one. This is an alien. Bite me. Where are they coming from? There's only one of them, right?
Look how terribly exciting it is. So, yeah, we're on a ship, we're drinking beer.
Yeah, we're gonna storm you.
We're going to take down those marine scum. We're on your ship for your things.
Hey, those are my boys.
Yeah.
Face off.
Go full blown alien on them.
Eaten off.
I don't know what to do.
You are surrounded.
He's surrounded.
Private. No. Don't do that. Don't eat his face off.
Boom.
The Dark Templar. Primary hive cluster on the planet of Char. No way. Those sneaky Protoss.
So Kerrigan's got her foot in. That is Tassadar.
I don't think she fought the Zerg. It's not in our gameplay. Maybe.
Yeah, so he's making her feel bad about the fact that she's twisted and changed sides. And yeah, really, all I've got to do is hello, Dr. Meaty TV. Good morning. How are you doing, mate?
Fast mover.
We're just having a bit of a conversation about Starcraft. So going through some of my real early recordings. We're at a state in the playthrough. So yesterday I did first half. We got through essentially the terrain campaign, which is humans. Half of the Zerg campaign, which is where we're at. Kerrigan just basically swapped sides. But through a whole chrysalis process. Those weapons are awesome. And really, in this one, it's just showing off the hostility between the Zergland people and then Protoss. So there's not much to display in this one either. It's just building tensions, because I think we've only had the Protoss in one, maybe two episodes over the human campaign. And they've got a whole dynamic. The Protoss and the Zerg have been at war forever, it seems. How you doing, Dr. Meaty? Hi. Should I put in chat? Hi. Oh, I'll get the music up as well. OTC. Starcraft. This is always nice with the. There we go. Music in, because we're not. And yep, just standard, same as previous. We engage with the building of our base. Zergs are different to humans, as we've discussed. Their drones turn into these buildings, so the buildings are sort of living. Everything heals slowly, very alien, very hivemind, very creepy, boogie, and what have you. So currently we're expanding out our resource, because otherwise I'm just going to cane it in this. And now we're fighting some. So these guys have such range on them, it's ludicrous. And the Protoss are firing things at me steadily and surely to try and prevent me from kicking their teeth down their throat. So we got some kicking their teeth down their throat here. These guys are brutal. Like the computer utilizes them way better than I do. I just like they end up sacrificed whenever I play them. But a powerful unit, if you can use them right, which, like I said, I'm not so good at. But they can't shoot into the sky, so we've got that there. 2 seconds, just gonna let the dog in. These guys can shoot into the sky, which you'll see there. And we've leveled a bit of their base. The things, I think we've just destroyed the thing that was producing those little tank units. I think you've got to like summon in scarabs for it to work. So they only got like 6 shots, and you got to buy more for their ammo. I actually had to buy ammo for them. Which is a bit ludicrous. But this is essentially now Zerg. We're on the 6th campaign. We've got all of their units, I'm pretty sure. And those, I call them shadow ships because they look like they're shadow ships from Babylon 5. But we're pretty much there. This is just me actually taking in some of the land units. But like my final wave of attack, just to destroy him down. What we've got to do is defeat the Protoss. Was it Tassadar? He's the guy who's been making noise on me. And the Protoss, you see these little diamond pylon things. That's both their farms, but it's also how their buildings work. So as I said, they're technologically advanced, a lot slower. They have some weaknesses tied into their advancement. But I think like, oh, there you saw one of him fire that off. It just shreds my land units. We don't particularly like those. Those are awful. Like killed 4 in just 1 hit. That is devastating. We don't like them. Suck. They suck the button. But those pylons pretty cool. Hi. With the corn. Is that corn or is that just a smiley face waving? It's like just a smiley face waving. And it looks sort of like a corny. No, not corny as in like cheesy, I suppose. Corny as in somewhat resembles corn through OBS. A little bit more squished. Where are you, Tassadar? Do your underlings always do your fighting for you? Oh, there's a battleground now.
What?
Bring Kerrigan to Tassadar's challenge alone. Yeah, thank you. Oh, mate, I looked much better in the past, didn't I? How long has he been there? So yeah, we've peppered up the Protoss bases. Now we just need to get Kerrigan into position. Is it going to be a face-off to the depths, or is it going to be an extension of Tassadar's character? I think we both know what the answer is going to be. I'll stop the music. There we go, and now they're fighting Kerrigan and Tassadar to the end. You probably don't need to be that loud. An illusion. It wasn't the real Tassadar. So we've gone for character development. So predictable, O Queen, and you're not faced with at all. You are your own worst enemy. You got rinsed there, Kerrigan. A little bit of a cheeky one, you know? You just took shots. The shots were taken. Oh. So next one in the story. So what have we had so far in the Zerg talent? Eradicate every last remnant of the Garm brood. So we've had 1, 2, 3, just about the chrysalis, protect the chrysalis. As we know from 4, the chrysalis was actually Kerrigan, who the humans sacrificed in New Gettysburg, which I genuinely think is one of the most impactful storytellings I've had. Then she comes back. We have the mini little side mission where she's just collecting data so she can unlock her full potential. Know nothing about Starcraft. Okay, well, Starcraft is genuinely one of my favourite games. Similar to Warhammer, not really. It's more similar to Command and Conquer, Warcraft before it became Warcraft 3 in the World of Warcraft and the heroes and everything. Or Dune, the early Dune games. So you can see here, in one of the campaigns, so it's a little unclear, but I've been given a starting position. Oh, what have I done with the... Have I viewed that the same the whole way through it? No. When I used to think that I could mess with... So you mess with the framing and everything. So it's a real-time strategy game, and you've got 3 different races. So you've got Terran, which is human. They were the first campaign. This campaign is for the Zerglin, and the Zerglin are these alien races, very similar to the race from Aliens. So it's all hive mind. Your drones here, these little fellas, they evolve into buildings. They also gather your resources. So when you're humans, you've got SCVs. They put the buildings together, and they stay and remain. But for the Zerg, you have to have drones in order to build buildings. So you can actually turn the drone... If you turn your last drone and you haven't got enough resources to you need 50 of these blue minerals per drone or SCV or resource gatherer builder. If you use your last drone while you're Zerg to create a building, then you don't have enough minerals to replace that, or to get another drone, you're cooked. You have no way of gathering resources because that's what your drones do, and you don't have any drones to do it because you've turned it into a building, and clearly reduced your finances. So we've got a Zerg hatchery here. That is your main building. It comes with these little millipede kind of things, and everything for the Zerg evolves. So you can see it's now in an egg. That's turning into a drone. Rot maxing. Love a bit of rot maxing. Sure wish I was. Sorry, I don't know what you wish you were doing, but rot maxing sounds fun. Just chilling, vegging, learning about a new game. So as you can see, the drones are now gathering resources. The hatchery produces these little millipedes. The millipedes then evolve into either a drone or your battle resources. And so whereas other races like human, you need a building per unit, in this, you get the building, it has particular upgrades for that unit, but all of the units evolve out of these little millipede dudes. And you can get about 3 in one location at a time. But yeah, so these guys are really focused on hitting fast, hitting heavy, and then moving on. Sorry about that.
Good boy. Who's your good boy?
You are a clean bag. And yeah, really designed for hitting hard, hitting fast. The Zerglings, which are the smaller units than the Hydralisks, they create two at a time, so you can just sort of bash them, mush them. The other thing with Zergs, this little creep bit that you can see, you can only build Zerg buildings on that stuff that you particularly own. And then yeah, this is just real early games, 40-minute level, so stop it. Stop it. Sorry, I got my bulldog being a little bit of a whinge biscuit. But yeah, I do love a good rock max, man. Just chilling. Can't remember what I called my thing. Oh, cringe maxing, because I'm watching my old content. Like the first one of these, I was drunk as a button as well. Like just chatting absolute waff. But yeah, so you can see starting to build resources. These are your little spore colonies. They push your creep. They can also turn into ground defense or air defense. Stop it. And yeah, you get lots of drones because you don't want to use your last drone evolving and losing your last things. But yeah, all of the drones turn into buildings. But that building I just placed is going to be converted from that drone. Boom. See? Rubbish your mother's brother. So got about 20 minutes of play. We're starting to get the space units. So like I was saying before, it's similar to Dune, it's similar to Red Command and Conquer. Also very similar to Warcraft 1 and 2, which were the sort of the precursors to this. Instead of 3 races and a sci-fi setting, though, you had 2 races, and it was a fantasy setting. So you had humans, and you had orcs. I think it was just orcs, and they would have ogres and dragons and, you know, like the bad guy fantasy stuff, whereas you humans would have griffins and mages and you good guy fantasy stuff. Here you had the 3 races. You got humans, which are balanced in between. You've got aliens, which are fast, furious, but not very technical. And then you've got Protoss, which are very technical. They've got really heavy hitting devices, but they are slow as a consequence. Here, for example, because you've got the 3 bugs outside the front, you can actually train 3 of your best units at the same point. If you've got enough underlings, which is, so your overlords are these flying guys, they are your farms when you're Zerg. For humans, it's a supply depot. So up here you've got your people management. I think because of the age of the game, you can only get like a maximum of 50 units on the board as well. So I'm clearly pushing towards that. I don't even know whether that's accurate. I don't think it is. No, because you got more than 50. You can get up to 57 there. So it might have been 100, 150. But as you can see here, starting to fight the other brood, and it's skin on skin at the moment. We're fighting other Zerglin. So these guys, real powerful, but they can only attack ground units. They can't attack anything in the sky. So in order to defend myself in this situation, I really needed the Hydralists that can aim. They can aim up. I've got my guy trying to turn into a colony ship. His resource management in this level is a little bit difficult. There's not much in the way of resources. to mine unless you get some of the contested space. So we've just fought for that contested for space and we seem to have won it. So go us, we rule. Fantastic. Searched a bit more of the map at this point. And yeah, the mission specs is all about fighting this this unruly brood who have broken off from the main contention and need to take a pasting, really. So it's just to keep them in line. I can't really remember why they broke off. Is it to do with the Scimeter, maybe? That could have been it. But yeah, so the Overmind's not in as much control as it used to think it was. It is kind of the gist. And really what needs, well, really what needs to be addressed? Not really what needs to be addressed. I was getting attacked by the dog in that example. So yeah, oh, that was a big guy. And I usually play with those. They're the big Tuscanated things. Just because they are sort of, I don't actually have the capability yet. As you can imagine, because there's an element of progression in the story that they're trying to tell. You don't get automatic access to all of the units. I think I probably would play with, is it, it's not the Hydralisks, the Basilisks or something like that. I don't know. The Batistas. But yeah, so here we're just about to cook them up, sort out the rogue brood, and show how useful we are to the Overmind. This Kerrigan's still yet to really be established. She's only just come out of her chrysalis, and there could still be problems. And even if she's not going to be a problem, there is still potential problems in that, you know, everywhere is cooked. The broods are going off unhinged. Oh. They had one of those. That's not very friendly. And that should really be it. That was it. Great for the game. So we're getting close to the end of the Zerg campaign. Eye for an eye. We're on planet Char, which is the Zerg homeworld. Destroy the protest base. Let no Dark Templar escape. Kerrigan must survive. So let's see what they're saying. That music is too good. So this is introducing the Dark Templar. They're automatically cloaked, and they can take out the parts of the Zerg that are otherwise regeneratable. So the Protoss like constantly regenerate, so you never lose the soul of them. That's part of their advancements. But the Zerg, the higher ups in particular, never have to, like, never die. The Overmind, if it's killed by anything that is not a Dark Templar at least, then it will just be back. Oh, and we've got our cool guys here. Love those as well. So we have unlocked these giant beasties. I can't remember their name, and I haven't clicked in a way that will give me their name. So we will pretend that Right, and the Dark Templars escaping, they just need to get to one of these teleports, yeah. If any of them leave, then they can fight. Which we're not allowed because that's the objective of the game. So we're trying to cordon them all up, smash them all to bits. And as usual, it requires building a base because that's what these kind of games are all about. Building a base, gathering your resources as quickly as possible, smashing through, using those resources to create a heavy, dark, unruly beasts. No, obviously I've picked a base segment to focus my attention on, and I'm mostly pandering to the others. There is someone trying to escape. Are they trying to escape or are they just trying to have at me? Yeah, they were just trying to. That was a dragoon. Now we're just whipping around building my armies here. We found some Protoss to engage with. Oh, and they've got. So these guys real brutal. They can finish off most of a platoon if it's hit right. But they can't fire into the sky. So at the moment I've found their weakness, which is air defense. Here. And the other thing with Protoss is they can Zerg is they can bury underground, so they got a natural healing, but it's real slow. If they're underground, for some reason they heal faster. Maybe it's because they feel snuggly. But yeah, I think currently I'm just trying to take out those land attack bits because of how brutal they are. Like, if you get attacked with a wave of those, it's not going to be pleasant for anybody. Oh, and they're attacking me with airship. I have no defense on against airships. It's going to kill it. It's going to crush it. Oh, just missed. Majestic. These guys are quite expensive. They're one of the best units in the game. Like, every race has a best unit in the game. I'd say for Terran it's the battleship. For the Protoss it's this carrier that they've got. And for Zerg it is those shadow ships. Shadow ships reference to Babylon 5 for anybody that's cool enough to have watched the same things I have. And you can see his health is very slowly gaining, and that's the way the Zerg work. You hide them away for long enough and they'll heal themselves back up. This is who evolves from those thing. And like, my response to having received a little bit of damage from their flying unit is going to be just to attack them, because fuck those guys. Been back free because, yeah, like, my objective is to stop them from throwing those heavy hitters, the slug monster things, right at me. Oh, and we've got some resources of theirs that we can steal, so we're going to do that as well. I don't know whether that was that's like their Psy mages, and we have now lost the majority of our army defending that little teleport, so that will get rebuilt. Looks like I've sort of peppered them to largest extent. Okay, right, there's got another base down here, so it's just a matter of finishing that, keeping the little teleports defended, and stopping them from throwing anything too heavy at me. You got a little invisible thing there, can you see that? It will just be an observer though, so visible scout for early days. And yeah, just really sticking my most powerful ships into a position where basically everyone's cooked and they've got no options but to eventually surrender, which they won't do. They'll have destroyed everything. Because it's computers. Computers don't think. Computers don't know. Now, Protoss, you shall know my wrath. Now you will know the fury of the Queen of Blades. So she's just flexing on the Protoss, and that's what that level is really about. Now, I believe this next one is the last of the Zergler missions.
D.B.S.B.F again.
Do we get a little intro to it? We do get a little intro to it. I think this is just like a show of the invasion of Aya. Okay, so she's really sticking it to the Protoss. Aya is... It does look... The graphics is as good as Babylon 5, I would say.
I think we're on the front foot. Diving in. Tassadar and the Dark Temple
Rot Maxon.
Kerrigan's vicious attacks, but their Templar armies have been decimated. Kerrigan
Left behind to hunt down and eradicate the remaining Protoss warriors.
begins to scour the burning wastelands of Jar for her elusive prey.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the entirety of the extended Zerg swarm, teleported through space-time, began its long-awaited invasion of the hated Protoss
So
homeworld.
Kerrigan is just hunting down Tassadar on a different planet. She's not going to be in this level? Is that right? Bring a drone to the Kadaran Crystal Formation. Yeah, so much like the aliens in Alien vs Predator tried to impregnate the Predator, that's what we're trying to do to their homeworld. We're trying to give it a good attacking. That's good. So yeah, we just gotta get crystals from this location to the spot on the map. And I assure you, there will be plenty of things to prevent us from doing that with any degree of ease. So we build up our army, we attack in on them, and we just keep on going, really. These are their best units. They can attack on the floor and in the air. Ah! Hate those. But yeah, they just proper brutalize you, man. It's heavy hitters, big beasties. Now we cleared that up. Yep, cool, amazing. Going to take out any more of the.
Come on! Don't want him having any airships. I can't fire in the air.
I know. And realistically, we've got. I think we would have the space to be able to just waltz in. I'm just going for the overkill. Let's dash every single bit of hope from the Protoss on their homeworld.
Buildings are expensive.
Everything the Protoss does is expensive and slow. That's the problem of progress.
Miffed off for a while, I imagine.
But yeah, slowly, catch your monkey, jumping away. We've secured the little bit. Just need to get the person there. Harvesting complete. Oh right, because yeah, once you get the person there, you've then got a 10-minute I protect everything for 10 minutes, but I killed everyone, so that didn't really matter. So, harvesting complete. No, I just need to bring him back. Bring Cardarian Crystal to the beacon. To the beacon! And he can just walk it because I've wrought so much destruction.
Possibly a minute.
Because who doesn't love ringing destruction? You know what I mean?
I think we're supposed to have wave after wave of their men coming at me, but I've instead destroyed. I've entirely raised their
Destroy everything.
raised them to the ground. While singing Bee Gees songs.
So,
Sing Bee Gees songs, sister.
or hammer.
Is that the Bee Gees? I don't think that's the Bee Gees. Disco
I
song.
mean, this is. I'm now in our possession.
Tremble.
So yeah, we've done something cool. Got the Caldarian crystals. That's all they needed. So next time.
Hi, this is the D.B.S.B.F. Whoop whoop.
Oh no, we're still
Bum 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 bum.
storming the temple.
Full circle.
Huh. Interesting.
Ha 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 ha. Deal.
Right. So this one kicked the teeth out of the Protoss. We just got to attack that temple. This one I remember being pretty dang hard, but it is the last level of the Zerg. See here, they're actually throwing things at me. I didn't have to survive, you know. Could have died. So I've got there's a strong element of defense in this level. I had to expand to get more Vespian gas because clearly don't have enough. But am I going to be able to defend that decision? These are the questions. Game of Starcraft ask of you, and so you have to come up with answers. Do these pylons charge the units near them? Oh, crumbs.
Shit.
He's got a lot of them.
Come on.
Yeah, because those are all expensive, and that's not what I needed at all. Because, like I said, those heavy hitters, they can only hit land targets, so they are vulnerable as anything if you're caught on an air battle. But yeah, we continue basically.
Come on, yes, good. Oh, mate.
He drove into me there. Yep, start chipping away at the big bads up there. Rubbish mother's brother. Where am I attacking at that point? I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm like at the heels of this big temple, but there's a lot of buildings around it, a lot of McGoverns going on. Be addressed. Well, luckily they don't last very long. I think they can't hit. Oh no, they can. Those are pretty beastly and powerful as well. We don't necessarily like those. But a strategy can be in those situations with the cannons to take out their pylons, because the pylon charges the cannon. If the pylon isn't there, if they don't have an energy field within range, then the buildings won't work. So once again, limited by the technological advances or the need for technology in their units. It's all, as I say, quite fascinating. But yeah, we're about to attack their temple, take him down a peg, and be the end of the Protoss. Well, it won't be the end of the Protoss because that's not the way this game works, but we'll give him a good hiding. Good music. We need music. It's not the Zerg music, but it is good music nevertheless. Counts. We're sticking with it. Yeah, taking out that would prevent the gateway, which summons these things. Bring Caldarian Crystal to the remains of the Protoss Temple. So we destroyed it down. You just gotta walk the little drone up there, finish it off, and then we've got a story. So Kerrigan hatched from the chrysalis. She learns how to harness her power. We find out that there have been Dark Protoss or Dark Templars on the planet of Char, which is the home planet. Can't let them escape, so killed them all off. But I think some of them do escape. ZVP. And then the war with the Protoss really just heats up. You get Tassadar antagonizing Kerrigan. You get Kerrigan, charging in on the fight, and then you get the Zerg attacking the homeland of the Protoss, because you were on our homeland, we are gonna get on your homeland. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? To summarize the plot from Humans, just in case you're wondering, we learn how to play the game. We find, we annoy the Confederates. Find out that they were raising or capturing the Zerg, which we've only found out even exists. We get saved by a guy called Octurus Mensk, who also saves one of the Confederate dukes, because he's got a plan for taking over the world. Captures a psi emitter that lures with the Zerkin. Oh, now we show the events set into motion so long ago. Two created by Xel'Naga. So the Protoss and the Zerg were created by this force. They were the first creation gifted with purity of form. Created by the Xel'Naga. They were the first creation gifted with the purity of form. We were the second creation, blessed with the purity of essence. Indeed, our two species are but opposite facets of a greater whole. Is be made as one. Thenceforth shall we feel the wrath of the entire swarm. For the hour of judgment cometh. Oh, is come. That's sounds messy. Oh, have we got a little Protoss base attack as well? Oh, this is a Zerg like hurtling towards them. Gonna mess up your homeland, fam. Boom. The Zerg have landed, boy. I've really got to remember the things that I ask because, yeah, like, not really, but sure wish I was. I wish I knew
Decimated their homeworld.
what I had said, what the question was. Yeah, decimated their homeland as the Zerg because we are cool. That's what cool people do. They go in and smash people's home planets.
That's my muters.
And yeah, we're just running rampant as the Zerg now on their home planet. So yeah, and humans, they then create a space atrocity by killing the whole planet. So do 2 or 3 times so you realise that Manx isn't a nice guy. Actually, a Confederate, he's just as bad as Confederates. And then he sacrifices Kerrigan as well, who turns out to be the chrysalis. All the fun and good stuff. And Ira's still getting peppered, mate. Just give up on it now. Your 2 pods are the same race. Oh, he summoned an overmind there. There's an overmind on Ira. Things aren't going to go well for the Irarians. Or Protoss. My life for Ire. So now we move on to the Protoss campaign. We're meeting Phoenix. We've got to destroy the Zerg. Judicature have been sent by the Conclave to serve in council. The former executor Tassadar was commanded to halt the Zerg progress in the Terran sector by burning the infested human worlds.
You can tell they're technologically advanced. LEDs everywhere.
Hmm.
He's a good guy. Here's Tassadar. Yes.
So first level for the Protoss, we're just strengthening our defenses. We've been caught off guard by the Zerg, and Tassadar hasn't done what he was supposed to. So really, this is another learn to play. This time with the Protoss. Protoss are a little bit different, as we've sort of discussed. They've got these guys intended to construct the Phantom Cannons.
Make probes then.
Probes will summon buildings so they don't have to spend any time building it or evolving into it. That's a massive convenience, but everything's slightly more expensive. Everything has a shield, and everything takes forever to turn up.
To actually do some thinking and get your.
But the Protoss do kick quite serious booty as well. The Dragoons are quite powerful. These guys are quite powerful, and like I said, they've got everything's got shields, so they can just bug out for a while, come back. In fact, there are actually units that will recharge their shields as well. So like, it can really occur for the Protoss. We're just really building up, learning how to play as this new race. Because you got to bear in mind, in 1998, none of this had been, this would have been probably the first time that you'd played as Protoss when you're playing through the campaign. So they want to ease you into it, show you what they can do. I've been cooked. Cooked on that one. I just retrain, go back. And so really for Protoss, it's just a little bit more expensive to get through. The units are just as cold. Like, I would say much more tanky. You know, they're but you can see like they just reproduce so quickly. Like whilst those guys, they've got shields to boost back up, so they've always got a quite quick regenerating ability to stay in the fight, or for round 2 of the fight at least. Yeah, it just takes longer to build up the army. Like, but once you got it built, look at just how brutal that is. That's a full stack of them. Just the dragoons. They pepper through it. You know, Executor, although we two have marched across hundreds of worlds together, never imagined that we would be fighting on Aya. Zerg are indeed worthy foes. And they did. They brought the fight right to them. The races they don't end up stagnant. If anything, the most boring is Terran. And that's because all of the shift happens early in the game and is mostly internal. Minsk being an actual bad guy, you know, slaying the Cerebrate. Distract the Zerg while Phoenix gets into position. Kill the Zerg Cerebrate. Phoenix must survive. So I'm pretty sure the Zerg Cerebrates are the things that are immortal. If we just pay attention to what they're saying, this is how the story is told.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tassida! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Been hiding on char,
Mate, what is with that shirt I'm wearing? Jeez. Jeez and cripes. Think I was trying to impress people, or do you think I was deliberately trying to embarrass myself in the future? And I say that fully acknowledging the tufty moustache that I've got going on.
That's what they were up to.
Powerful psionic call. So that would be the psi emitter that was getting dropped.
Dun dun dun.
Also with the fallen ones. So the Dark Templar have been pushed out of the Protoss experiment society.
They did go mad.
So this is one where we find out something fascinating about I've sort of spoiled it for you. But this is where the is found out. It's not just the Overmind. Concern is for the safety of Aya, not the judgment of the Conclave. Return time is right. And I suppose it all depends on how much attention you've been paying. 15 minutes until Phoenix is in position. We're just going to skip 15 minutes. I don't really remember what the purpose of it is, but sneaking around the back, getting the Cerebrate. Like I said, an opportunity for some plot. We don't. Why are you just no, just? I think also they do friendly fire damage. There's another reason I don't particularly like those. Oh, it's kicking off. It's all heating up now. All of the hatred. He's about to die. Mate, Phoenix, you're hard. Insane bodied. Made it though. Where is his cerebrate? Can we see it in the game? Oh, right, it's down there, isn't it? I should have used those scarabs. Range better, don't you? So we're attacking the cerebrate, yeah. And the cerebrate was what I was in the last. In the last in the Zerg campaign, yeah. It's getting peppered, getting peppered, getting peppered. It's down, it's out, it's gone. Will remain behind.
We did it. Killed this. We've killed it. That's the end of that. The time with me. It's been great. Hope you have a marvelous time for the rest of the day.
Why one put in over the top of it? Interesting question. So we killed a cerebrate. That should be the end of it, yeah. We've been real impressive. Cerebrate that we thought we had killed has arisen again. There we go. See, that's where the plot is.
He's come back. I was bragging about how I killed him. Hi,
So when wait, sorry.
Hi, it's D.B.S.B.F. What a word. Kill as many Zerg as you can.
So really here, just defeat their army. Your higher ups are annoyed that Tassadar lied, or seems to, because he tried to kill the cerebrate and the cerebrate didn't died. Now you gotta go out. Teach the world a lesson. Fight for resources. Build a bigger army than them. Pummel them into a jelly. Wherever you come across them, really, you know. Yeah, sort of building up the questionability of Tassadar. Who is he? What's he doing? And I'll be honest, I think this brings up quite nice um, character development. You know, the drama, the council of the Protoss aren't infallible, and in fact, nobody seems to have been. The Kerrigan is just trying to do a bit, you know. Minsk is a dingus. There's not much, and whilst the Protoss Council has power and clearly got talent and intelligence, they are very bound by tradition. I'd say so in a detrimental manner. You know, they're judging Tassadar by previous assessments. Something is you know is banned by the culture because they've been exiled. Therefore, this person is suspect. And as we find out through their campaign, that is not the only read. Always taking out one of my dragoons. It's never nice when that does happen. His tongues are pretty fierce. Love a fierce tongue. And that's it. So I've just been kind of shredded through. Now at this stage I've got so much in resources. And you know there are ways of dealing with the slowness. Like you can see I've got 2 gateways. Whereas previously, well, actually I think I've always had 2 barracks. You don't need one for when there's Zerg, so everything comes out of the hatchery. So it's just like pepper. So you tend to have a couple of hatcheries because that's just sensible. That's good science. So I'm in awe of my own gameplay there. And we come in with the units. We drop them down. Good night, Sally. So this one's really just cleaning up the mess because the cerebrate didn't go down or something. Is that what we're saying? It's just a good Protoss versus Zerg battle, I think. I don't think it's going to be any deeper than that. Yeah, this is still pretty well. This is the 3rd episode of the Executor Antioch is under attack by overwhelming Zerg forces. Predator, must hold your position for as long as possible. Fight on, brave Phoenix, and know that the gods watch over you. Taro Adun. Alright, Alderus. So somewhere else is under massive attack by Zerg, even though I've managed to survive their onslaught. Yeah, just Protoss and Zerg don't get on.
D stands for the.
It does. The D in D.B.S.B.F stands for D. Glad you all know that now. Sick shirt I'm wearing there, man.
It's Phoenix.
But my hair is so much tidier. Here's Phoenix. Friend or foe? The hunt for Tassadar.
Or is it Tassadar?
I think something's about to happen to Phoenix.
It's Phoenix.
Some goo.
What tier? Oh, mate.
Zerg Hive cluster near the skiing provision where the Predator Phoenix hero and steward of the event was killed during the assault. The Conclave, convinced that its stratagems of winning the war against the Zerg have let down their guard and turned their attention to personal matters. Alderus was ordered to find and arrest the wayward Tassadar and bring him home to stand trial for the crimes of treason. Now, with only a small fleet for protection, Alderus and the Executor traveled to the Ash World for Char, hoping that Tassadar is still somewhere to be found. So Phoenix got killed, and is that? I think that's one of this game's first permanent Protoss kills.
Are you sure?
Okay, so Char pretty much emptied in order to go to their Ire. That's what the allegation is, but it's still their homeworld.
I'm gonna die horribly.
We clearly had more than one playthrough on that. Huh. Let's put more music into my thing. So this is the start again. I like playing music. Music is fun. I play the guitar and wash myself with the brag on a stick. This is another one of those data center kind of episodes where you don't have much to. No, it starts off that way.
Oh, it's nail biting. My feelings are in my throat. I can't. Next to speechless. What is this? Oh. Oh.
I find Tassina. And I found someone else. Yeah.
It's Tessida.
So I've also sort of spoiled that, I guess, maybe at least once. But so we've linked up with Tassadar, and he's clearly convinced me to fight with him for the rest of this, which involves, as you imagine, building bases, kicking ass, taking names. We got Zerglin about. That will get destroyed. Send a bunch of them in now as we speak. I think this is one of those ones where I could just run the hero down there at the moment, but we like to be thorough in these games. No, they've been wiped out. And we've got a path. Well, I think I just gotta get Tassadar there. Gas depleted. Or maybe Tassadar and Reyna had to get there. I don't know. Well, thanks, Executor. Now, let's find Zeratul. Speed our way home. So we're going to meet with the Dark Templar, and that's a unit that eventually gets locked. So they're even like threading narratives into
Silent G.
2 zealots to the installation.
Yep.
Abandon this mad scheme now, and the Conclave may show you mercy.
Dang.
Help them in their fight against the Zerg. Learn many of their secrets from their prelate Zeratul. Yeah.
Back. You're gonna say.
Let's get the outtakes because they're not important. What is important is the objective is to unlock those Dark Templars. So we're actually working to unlock a unit because they've been ostracized from the clan. How good is that as a storytelling device? Sorry, excuse me, needed that stretch. But yeah, so a little bit more beating up whatever's in my way. But that's where we need to get the fella to. Nothing special when he gets there. He's just reached the unit. That's not too bad. So yeah, another recap. Starting off with the team. Tried to kill a Celebrate, didn't work. At the advice of Tassadar, because it didn't work, we've labelled him a bad guy. Found him not long ago. Had a conversation where he's convinced us to go to Celebrate. Oh, we got a little cutscene. Oh, I love the cutscenes.
What's going to happen to this poor and suspecting soul? He looks like one of my guys.
It looks like
Got an injured leg.
we're about to have some fights with some humans.
You should offer to help him out.
Is yeah, like when they're summoned in,
Sarge! Hey! I love these old graphics, man.
they say something like "I am returned."
Tell me why you have called me from my desk, Private.
You will do this immediately.
Unit, Sarge. Coming through the South Pass.
Brodus.
Broke.
Kill it.
Yeah, yeah.
The moderate army response. It's not a unit I recognise. Why didn't I get to play in one of those? Kill him! Probably a bit hard at the time to render the old fire.
Wow. Toasted him. Ooh.
Feel that hot love up your tailpipe. Yeah.
You made a mistake.
Oh! Yes, the animation's a lot better these days. It would have looked like a proper disintegration, but dear me. Oh, you gotta admire the stones.
Risky Zeratul. Keep Tassadar alive.
Edition. It's fine, it's a weekend. I'm not working. Okay then, simple.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Okay.
And this will be more of the landscape that we were talking about. Yeah. Bloopers. I don't think there's anything terribly fascinating about this one. You just gotta keep your fellas alive, and wasn't always good at doing that. As you can see, but a number of bloopers. Which I think we're all aware means deaths. Come on, man. He's attacking his team. And yet, like we've seen in the other data gathering episodes, I'm not entirely sure why we're breaking into anything in this one. Opening cell doors. Big little meaty breakdown bit. I can't even remember at this stage.
Couldn't have helped me out. Why did that one take so many? That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't do smoothly in this one.
This isn't even the one that I thought was going to be hard in this. Thanks for spending the time with me. It's been great. Hi, it's the.
And this is actually the last episode that I did. Destroy the heart of the Conclave. Phoenix, Zeratul, and Tassadar must survive. Greetings, Executor, and greetings to you, Tassadar. I'm overjoyed. So essentially, we brought back the Dark Templars. This is them talking, I think. Unfortunate defeat, my own body was recovered. No shame in defeat, so long as the spirit is unconquered. Much you both need to know. You have been branded as traitors by Aldaris and the Conclave. I believe that they would go so far in the face of total annihilation, they still cling to their failing traditions. Yes, and that makes them all the more dangerous. Though I doubt myself by doing so, I shall stand by your side till the noble Phoenix. So Phoenix has come back. Executor, it seems that if our world is to live, protect the Dark Templar from our own brethren. But it pains me greatly, not even the Conclave shall stand. You and the traitor Tassadar, cease your resistance and surrender yourself to the judgment of the Conclave. We will take the outlaw Zeratul into custody. Deal with him as written by the Carls. Flee back to your masters, Aldaris, and huddle with them in darkness, for your actions shall set us all onto the zone. So yeah, essentially we've got fight against Protoss in this one. Alright, so over the government darkness. I'm actually gonna have a quick perusal to see if that is the last episode. Because essentially I stopped doing it when the whole thing with Bobby Kotick happened. I wasn't. What minimal work I'm doing, I didn't feel should be going towards someone, a company that was behaving in such a way. And Terran story. No story to full circle. Darkness. This is Homeland. So there's actually 3 episodes afterwards. But I'm happy to leave it here. Really. But ultimately speaking, it is just a fight with the. I swear. Maybe I did, but I didn't put the video up. I remember playing this game on this particular level, and it did take quite a while just to get my stuff together. Pretty sure I did the others. We might have to just remedy that and do it on another playthrough on these lives at some point. Because yeah, realistically, this is just fighting the government. They're trying to arrest you instead of just taking it over and fight them off. Then when you beat them,
What? I've just beaten them. Oh, mate.
they tested out sacrifices himself.
Eat it. They're gonna have the trial here. Oh, it's nice to have this one completed.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one to do again. So he's essentially put himself over for yeah, like for judgment. So what are the ones? Destroy the stasis cells. Like the last mission, this one's single target. And be complete with bases to defend. Next is to And this isn't right at all. Someone that's someone else has done a copy of the episode of the there we go. Speedrun.
Customers most loved.
And you get adverts. Hooray. No thanks. Get a little cutscene for the beginning. I've never actually watched any speedruns, so this could be quite fascinating actually. Processor there, cloaking airships. Taken into adjudicated custody, sentenced to stand trial for his crimes against the Conclave. Phoenix Rainer and Tacitus followers escaped from the Conclave's agents as the Dark Templar slipped away in the chaos. So this isn't going to be my gameplay. I'm just in it to finish the narrative of this one because, like I said, I skipped through it because it probably goes up. Yeah.
This is Rainer. I'd like to help if I can. I've got to do something.
Shadow Hunters is the next one. This guy's gonna absolutely pop it off. Oh, Jimmy's in a battle cruiser now. Used to just be a little vulture. Going up in the world. But we can still, because this isn't my playthrough. So that's the shrine there.
I expected you to attempt to retrieve your hero. You will learn that the will of the Conclave is absolute. Make peace with Adun.
Stay thy hand, adjudicator. The stewards of Tacitus shall not fall while the Dark Templar live. Call off your guards and stand aside, and you may yet live to see another moonrise.
Oh.
I will not be addressed so by one so devoid of the Kala's light. You and your vile brethren shall die with these traitors.
No.
Are you truly so blinded by your vaunted religion that you cannot see the fall ahead of you? Your conclave believes that they are winning this war, but all they have succeeded in doing is helping the Overmind to win.
What could you possibly know about our designs, blasphemer?
You speak of knowledge, Judicator. You speak of experience. I have journeyed through the darkness between the most distant stars. I have beheld the births of negative sounds, and witness to the entropy of entire realities. Unto my experience, Alderus, all that you have built here on Iora is but a fleeting dream. A dream from which your precious conclave shall awaken, finding themselves drowned in a greater nightmare.
I mean, how sick is the plot and the storytelling? And for something which is essentially just like a top-down strategy, that kind of storytelling, just through a few lines of dialogue, and sure, the acting's not the greatest, but I'd say the acting in this is better than what it became. Use Zeratul to destroy the Zerg Cerebrits. Zeratul and Phoenix must survive. The foe we face.
When I slew the Cerebrit Onchar, I touched briefly with the essence of the Overmind. In that instant, my mind was filled with its thoughts. And I tell you now, our worst fears have come true. The Zerg were indeed created by the ancient Selnaga, the same beings that empowered us in our infancy.
Yeah.
But the Overmind grew beyond their constraints and has at last come to finish the experiments they began so long ago. So you see,
That's dangerous.
we fight not only to save Ire, but all creation. If we fall to the Zerg, then the Overmind will run rampant throughout the stars, consuming all sentience, all life. It is up to us to put an end to this madness, once and for all.
Our forces shall engage the primary Zerg hive clusters in an attempt to weaken their defenses. Once their numbers have thinned out, Zeratul and his companions can infiltrate the clusters and assassinate the Cerebrits.
Yeah.
Adun willing, the Cerebrits' deaths will distract the Overmind long enough for us to assault it directly.
What's the purpose? I've forgotten already. Caning on the resources. Oh, we've got the Dark Templar need to destroy the Cerebrits. Makes sense, doesn't it? Just crushing it. Just getting peppered. And this is what I mean when I say that their carriers are some of the best ships in the game. Just look at that. Oh, there we go. Got him coming through. Got it there. Right. There. So he just needs to come in on here. And wham. And I believe there's only one last part of the story to tell for the first. Well, the first of them is Eye of the Storm. Which is the finale. And he's going to speed run it for us, which is going to be real nice. Assumed he's a man. Don't know why. Stu sounds like a pretty man name. Destroy the Overmind. Tassida, Reyna, and Zeratol must survive.
Well, I guess all I have left is to see this through. I want to...
Odin.
But the Conclave has witnessed your defeat of the Cerebrate. They know now that they cannot deny the necessity or the valiancy of your actions. We sought to punish you, while it was we who were in error. You represent what is greatest in us all. Adu.
Back up for us?
I think it did mean that they were going to send backup. He just cooks. Builds these up insanely. Mate. Alright, that is the... Okay then. And then the finale, the ending, the pièce de résistance. The je ne sais quoi, the I don't know what. C'est la vie. Cassidar's steering his ship, I guess. Channeling all that dark side energy. Oh, wow. So he's pouring his whole energy, nuclear, wham, right into the heart. Hit it up. Sacrificed himself. Tassila has put himself in the thick of it. As the chaotic swirling energies subsided, a heavy silence settled over the battlefields of Aya due to Tacitus' noble sacrifice. The Overmind was now dead and the Zerg swarms were scattered and broken. But as the heroes surveyed their once glorious homeland, they realized that their victory had cost them all but their lives. Aya was left nothing more than a smouldering ruin. Those few Protoss who survived the final battle could only wonder what the future would hold for their race. Far away in the distant planet Char, Kerrigan, the self-styled Queen of Blades, knew that the time of her ascension was at hand. It was a power vacuum. And then hit the credits. We'll roll through the credits because I've had such a fun time going over this. Great game from 1998. Real-time strategy, classic. Really pushed the genre, I would say, despite the fact that there isn't really much of a market for it anymore. Surprised there hasn't been a new RTS for Dune, for example, because those ones were so successful back when. But I went more survival game, the game, didn't it? Which, you know, people enjoy. I'm not going to promote them any of that. But yeah, over the past couple of days, we've really covered the topic of Starcraft. That was the first one, not the expansion pack. Could potentially get into that. Could potentially do some gaming for it, or might go through other cringeworthy episodes of telling the story of games that I've played. Because we're now on the 40th game that I'm playing, and I don't know, I kind of like it as an idea. So thanks for spending time with me. It was marvellous for you. Oh, I'm not actually at that point yet, am I? Because I'm gonna sit through the credits. I always stick the credits in. The credits, like, they're nice. But yeah, like I've been saying all along, great music, great atmosphere, some great storytelling, particularly using the tools that it had at its fingertips. You know, just a few cutscenes, some dialogue, some good interaction between characters. And the stakes got pretty high. And Kerrigan is leading into the expansion, and she does some devastating things in the expansion. Like, I didn't get to play in the expansion, as you can see. I left 3 episodes out at the end. Didn't do every map because of the Kotek thing. I didn't want to spend my energies like acting as if that was a permissible behavior for or culture for any company. I don't know whether the culture has changed there now, but I am aware he's not there anymore. And his response to that was subpar in my opinion. But yeah, like genuinely fantastic game. No pixels were harmed during the make. The best of our knowledge. Say a little joke just slapped at the end of the credits. We love that. We love that. So yeah, thanks for spending time with me. I hope it's been marvellous for you. It certainly has for me. I shall see you soon. Ciao for now. Bye.